And nigga, be real to yourself before you real with anybody else. Gang. What's the big old deal, man? It's y'all favorite hood pot. Can't even hear my mic. It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy. And we back cracking, man. So today, man, we got an untold story of Bricc Baby's fame, rise to fame in Atlanta, man. But before we get into the reaction, though, right? Hey, catch this game, though, man. Let me just say this, man. Hey, it's a price for this life, homie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't never get it. In order to be successful, man, you got to cut off some homies and start grinding by your lonely, man. Right now, this is content to me. You know, I like to react to whatever hit my my timeline. But at the same time, though, I can say this, man. Despite all the phony activity that go on with Bricc Baby, you get to see a transition. You see what I'm saying? You get to see either you gonna go up or you gonna go down. There's a lot of people out here on this blacktop, homie, that they sit back and do nothing with their life. You know what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately, this internet space that we in, man, it's a no-fly zone. If you can't get with the program, man, you got to climb through the highest mountains. You got to keep going, man. So we're going to get into his reaction. Like I said, man, despite all the weird stuff that he do, far as the success, I'm going to salute the success off the backboard. But I don't gotta agree with everything that he do, like all the homosexual, slurs and all that. Yeah, man, I'm not. I don't really, 1-2 and that 1-2. But with that being said, man, let's get into this reaction. This is Bricc Baby's untold story in Atlanta. He's claiming he was the one who discovered Young Thug. So yeah, man, we finna get into it, and if that's true, where the money at? You know what I'm talking about? Thug owe you some money then. If you discover Thug, come on, man. That's priceless. A real one ain't gonna leave somebody behind if you discover Thug, man. So yeah, let's get into it, gang. And 5, 4.
And major rappers in Atlanta.
I met everybody through Pee Wee Longway. That's my brother. That's like my brother-in-law.
As they were constantly in studios and surrounded by rappers, they decided to join together and to start a music label. This would be known as Money, Piles, and Ammo, also known as MPA.
Okay, so you guys started rolling together and you guys start MPA together.
We around it so much. Let's pay for some studio time, shoot a couple videos. Let's just see where this goes.
Unfortunately, they had no idea how to properly run a business, but aside from that, Zaire had a special ear for talent. In fact, he discovered Young Thug in 2008 and actually started managing his career early on. Without having him signed to any sort of paperwork, Zaire had him in the studio and was also introducing him to some bigger names. In fact, in 2009, he even brought him to LA to try to get him in the studio with Nipsey Hussle.
I started showing him the game with what's going on the West Coast too.
Right.
I took him in front of Nip in like 2009 and told him to work with him. And Nip was like iffy. Thug was slime, man. He was real, like, you know what I'm saying? He was out here robbing, doing all,
real
regular hood. So
the point is that he was helping out Atlanta artists and he had a really good ear for talent. So not only does he have a potentially major label at his hands, but he's also doing pretty well financially. In fact, in 2009, he copped a nice condo in Sandy Springs, a fly whip, and he was just doing his thing. Once again, things are truly looking good for him. But sadly, this is when he's met with...
All right, so, when it comes to somebody chasing a bag, homie, I would never downplay that, man, because you could be any type of person on this blacktop, man, and you could and still be a goofy. You could so I'm gonna respect the fact that Bricc Baby was chasing Zaire Renee. I'm gonna call him Renee, y'all. I gotta call him Renee, man. That's Zaire Renee was chasing the bag, homie. I would never no shit disrupt that. You know what I'm saying? Anytime somebody's chasing a bad game and you really touching some of that near loan money, Hey, man, I'm going to salute that because there's a lot of dudes out here that don't even chase the bag. They stand on the block all day long trying to knock somebody out, nigga, and share a bag of chips, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff, homie. Let me see. Get your ass out of here. But let's get to it, man. So, shout out to Bricc for chasing that bag, man. Let's get it.
With some terrible luck.
Getting a business loan has never been easier. But where do you look? Lendio, as a loan marketplace, has facilitated over 300,000 loans.
October 22nd, 2009. It's a Thursday night in North Atlanta, and Zaire is headed down Interstate 19, headed towards downtown. As he's cruising down, a Georgia State Patrol gets behind him and runs his tags. Unfortunately, he never registered the car, so the officer hits the cherries.
Ah, shit, here we go again.
Zaire knows that he's riding dirty as a convicted felon, so he smashes on the pedal. Now he's on a high-speed chase, cutting in and out of traffic in Buckhead, and then, skirt, he smashes into a pole. Just like that, the officers are able to pull him out of the car and they find weapons inside. This time, it's no joke, as he's facing 4 separate felonies. So already being a convicted felon, he's looking at up to 12 years in prison. But somehow, once again, Zaire is able to completely avoid prison and only get a few months in jail. What? A convicted felon and documented rolling...
All right, so... Now, hey, I was trying to give the Lord benefit of the doubt. But God have mercy, bro. How is that possible? How? You see what I'm saying? Now, if I was to, come up with a synopsis, I would say that to put up a lot of money to get about those situations. That's the only logical explanation that I could figure could possibly happen. You have to put up hundreds of thousands of dollars if you just getting away with crime like that. I mean, it's all the cases that he caught. That boy have never went to the pen. You know what I'm saying? So on the money side, I always salute anybody that's chasing some money out here, man, because it's a lot of dudes that don't chase money. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody right now, you know what I'm saying, sitting on his baby mama couch, you know what I'm saying, passing gas and eating cereal, eating a kid's cereal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, mama, daddy ate the cereal again. He's like, shut up, little nigga. I'm on the block thugging all day. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I got to respect I respect the hustle, man. I respect any dude that just chased the bag, bro. That right there, I'm going to be adamant about that because, hey, this the last month of the year. Hey, happy holidays. Hold on, real shit. Happy holidays to everybody that's in the live right now, man. It's the last month of the year. You see what I'm saying? Right now, man. Everything count right now, man. You got to get on your grind, man. If you're a content creator, grind this whole month. I would recommend that you do 3 videos a day. And if you're really grinding, put 2 shorts out too for 30 days straight. Then hit me in my DM and be like, yo, Nina, you on to something, bro. I'm telling you, 3 videos this whole month. This Christmas season, grind. This go for all the content creators. I don't care what you do, how you do. Just stay on your grind. Be relentless and put a little personality with it, baby. Because some of y'all be dry like wallpaper. Let's go. All right, man. We're going to get to it, man. If somebody tell me in the comment section, how is it possible to have all these felonies and then not go to prison? Let's go.
October 22nd, 2009. It's a Thursday night in North Atlanta, and Zaire is headed down Interstate 19, headed towards downtown. As he's cruising down, a Georgia State Patrol gets behind him and runs his tags. Unfortunately, he never registered the car, so the officer hits the cherries.
Ah, shit, here we go again.
Zaire knows that he's riding dirty as a convicted felon, so he smashes on the pedal. Now he's on a high-speed chase, cutting in and out of traffic in Buckhead, and then, skirt, he smashes into a pole. Just like that, the officers are able to pull him out of the car and they find weapons inside. This time, it's no joke, as he's facing 4 separate felonies. So already being a convicted felon, he's looking at up to 12 years in prison. But somehow, once again, Zaire is able to completely avoid prison and only get a few months in jail. What? A convicted felon and documented Rolling 60s Crip only gets a few months in jail for 4 separate felonies. That makes no sense in my mind. Well, once again, he gets off easy and he's right back on the streets in early 2010. But not for long. On July 28, 2010, he would have another high-speed chase while on probation, and yet again he's caught with a weapon and facing 10 years in prison. But mysteriously, the judge lets him off easy and he only does 18 months. Now, before you call him a snitch or an informant, do understand that this is Fulton County, which is a complete joke. Well, regardless, it's now 2012 and the MPA boss returns to the streets. While he was away, Pee Wee Longway was able to discover young rappers Lil Durk, Rich Homie Quan, and a group called the Migos.
Rich Homie Quan before he came out. I'm hearing 21 Savage before he came out.
So as soon as Zaire got out of prison, he was connected with them and actually started helping their careers. Not only did he pay for their studio time and connect them with rappers, but he also provided them with protection. Durk being an outsider from Chicago and the Migos being suburban.
Now, I don't know about all that, man, but what nigga just, oh, man, you sound hard. Let me pay for your studio time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving my money to all these different artists paying for studio time game and not getting nothing in return. You know, that's why I say with this internet, man, we can say what we did. I'm like, oh, nigga, I used to sell belts and zones to Too Short back in the day. Man, one time I gave Too Short a Mercedes-Benz. Too Short ain't finna come contest to that. You see what I'm saying? But with this internet, man, hey, it be sounding good, man. It sounds really good. Shout out to everybody that's in the live. And don't forget, man, if y'all got some content y'all want me to react to, jump in my DM on Instagram. That's NinaBoy_TV, man, and we gonna get straight to it. Let's go.
And wannabes. They both could use some protection. But most importantly, the biggest thing he provided was protection whenever the rappers went to LA. In fact, he even brought Future to LA for the very first time.
You know what I'm saying? I've been that person, like bringing them out here. Like I had Future, I turned LA on the Future. I was listening to Dirty Sprite 1. You know, I brought them out here to do a song with Nip.
Essentially, he was every rapper's connection whenever they'd go to LA. He was the first and only call. Remember this, because it will be very important. Well, as we know, everyone around him and Pee Wee was getting rich and famous during this period. And after a while, they got kind of tired of being the guys in the background, and they wanted to try rapping for themselves. So Zaire would become MPA Shitro or MPA Bricc Baby, and Pee Wee was still Pee Wee Longway. Early on, things were looking bright for the duo, as they had the help of Durk, Future, Young Thug, Gucci Mane, and more. Basically, because of everything they had done for them, if they ever needed a feature, it was done right away. But then, unfortunately, as things are going up for Bricc Baby, he catches another felon in possession charge in Los Angeles. And this time he's sentenced to 3 years in prison. As he's sitting in a lonely prison cell, everyone around him is getting rich and famous. Young Thug signs with Birdman and blows up, Future blows up, Lil Durk blows up, Rich Homie Quan blows up, Pee Wee Longway blows up, well, kind of, but you get the point. Oh, and don't forget that the Migos get a feature with Drake, and they're out of here as well. So literally everyone who was with him in Atlanta completely blow up and get nationally famous. All while Zaire Bricc Baby is sitting in a California prison with no fame or nothing. Damn, that would shatter any man's ego. Don't act like it wouldn't. But on the flip side, because they're all rich and famous now, he assumes that once he gets out, they'll definitely put him on.
Hey, y'all, let me just say this, man. And take my advice, bro. If you got any stories that just don't look right in your past, and you get somebody like Swamp Stories to get up on your lean, y'all, bro, look how he got, man. Hey, shout out to Swamp, man. He be making these dudes look crazy. Then, you know what I'm saying? God, digital. God, I'm gonna just leave it like that, gang. Let's go.
So 3 long years go by and Bricc Baby is finally released. It's 2015 and Bricc Baby is finally home expecting a warm welcome. But as soon as he touches down, a harsh reality kicks in. These guys are not your real friends. Aside from Thug, Pee Wee, and Durk, his friends were not there to help him out and pretty much wanted nothing to do with him.
You know, you told me earlier that you've been cut off. People cut you off or something of that sort.
My industry friends that I thought was my friends now. Free YSL, Gunna, Slime. Y'all did, you know what I'm saying? You already know. We ain't even got to talk long way.
Are we speaking
Dirt.
like
Hey, want to know how I got this $50,000 check? For an accident I was involved in over 5 months ago? Look.
After everything he did for some of his friends in the industry, he really took it hard.
It was broke, we could go through DMs, or when you was up and coming, we could do that. I just feel like they wanted to be around me when they was broke because they didn't have nothing. So now you a millionaire now, you don't want that type of pressure around. But you think I'm gonna turn that energy on you? You my boy, I love you. I wouldn't give a fuck if you had $1 or $1 billion. I'm gonna treat you the same way.
Bricc Baby was now a peon or an afterthought to many people he helped out, and this truly hurt his ego.
All right, so yeah, man, we go thug on that. Appreciate the super chat. Oh, Nina boy, love your channel. Oh yeah, you mentally. Oh, Mojo. Oh yeah, I got you. I don't know the Spanish part. What's that? Yeah, I got you. So look, let me say this, man. And there's some real talk. We gonna get back to that reaction, man. Sometimes you gotta cut people off. If say for instance, this story with Bricc Baby is true. Thug and everybody that he was around back then, when they was on their grimy mode, when they was young and they was immature, you go to jail, you come home, and you left a stain on their brain as far as your impression. When you come around, they not gonna want to deal with you like that, because you gotta understand something, homie. Don't nobody want to hang with no grimy dude. Don't nobody want to hang. Think about it, like it's a lot of grown men up in this live and a lot of real ones that grew up gang banging with killers. That means much love for you. Oh, appreciate you. Happy holidays to you too. Appreciate you. But no, let me just bust this down, man, because I have changed my life tremendously, homie. And I'm talking about, lions, tigers, and bears. You know what I'm saying? Shootouts and car crashes. Really out there taking them field trips. I wouldn't dare move like that no more, homie, because at the end of the day, when you're a shooter, you're a killer. It ain't no money being no killer like that, bro. It ain't no money in that. You'll realize in the end, nobody really wins in the streets, bro. You see what I'm saying? Despite all the, the miscellaneous stuff Bricc Baby going through with this internet, he's chasing the bag behind it. So it's not going in vain. So that's why I might, bust my 1-2, and plus his commentary. But when it comes to the streets, homie, nah, bro, ain't nobody trying to hang with no dude that's out here trying to go kill something. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not beneficial. You're not getting paid for it. A lot of mothers be like, Nina, you say a lot of stuff. I'll be having my son watch what you say. Because at the end of the day, you go get old in gang culture. You're going to become, your 20s, you a hothead. Your 30s, you still in it. When you get to like 35, what's the next step? You start thinking, I'm about to be 40. You see what I'm saying? And once you become 40, you be like, I can't touch nothing. Like, I can't even go to the hospital right now if I get hurt. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you don't even got no Medi-Cal, Medicaid. Like, you got to understand something, homie. So when I look at, a lot of gangsters, a lot of street dudes merging into this internet, this content, you're going to get backlash because you're not still doing the same thing no more. I tell any real one in the back, man, stand up, nigga, posture up, nigga, and just run with the narrative. It don't matter what nobody say. If you knew you was out there on that blacktop taking field trips and, moving yay or saying some green giant, whatever you was doing, okay, cool, that was then. You know what I'm saying? We got to evolve. A lot of us have not evolved. A lot of us still feel like I still got to be that same way because that's how I was to survive. A lot of times, a lot of niggas don't keep it real with themselves. So you can't keep it real with nobody else. You see what I'm saying? I think this is probably why Bricc Baby is going through some of the most mental disasters he could possibly go through because he haven't kept it real with himself. Like, bro, like you ain't been on that tip in so long that you still trying to portray that on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I've been victim of that myself. I used to be like, damn, nigga, I just start chasing money and I ain't around this gangster with these niggas still love me anymore. You see what I'm saying? And then when you look at that, shit, nigga, last time I checked, these niggas ain't paying no bills over here. Cause nigga asked Nina, what's up, man? This light bill, nigga. Matter of fact, car note, all of that shit, man. It costs, bro. It costs. And a lot of times we looking for it's a lot of untreated trauma that we go through in the streets. But you know, a lot of times we looking for validation. You know what I'm saying? You looking for validation from somebody who just got stripes with no financial benefits. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as I react to this, Bricc, baby, you was grimy to them niggas. You can't expect them niggas to hold you down when you come home, nigga. You was grimy. You was stealing weed and robbing niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, them niggas ain't on that. But you get money, ain't no nigga trying to hang around no killer, man. You see what I'm saying? You can't trust a killer. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine you got a $250,000 in your bank right now, and you like, I'm around killers. You got a $250,000 in your bank account, and you bragging about being around killers. Hey, man, a dog go turn on you if you don't feed it. You understand what I'm saying, nigga? I wouldn't keep no killers around me with a $250,000. It just mentally, spiritually, it wouldn't sit right. Because, you know, I could give a nigga 1,002 here and there, but then that appetite is going to get bigger. Now it's going to be like, bro, let me hold 10,000. Nigga, it went from, nigga, me giving you 1,000 when we go to the club or, you know, you watching my back. Now you want 10K. Nigga, 10K, nigga put a hit on you if a nigga give you 10K. I don't think you ready for no 10K, man. Because you disappear, you act Mickey. Hey, niggas come pick you up and bring you to me. I spend 10 on that to come get you. You know, but again, this man, success, man. A lot of people don't. You pray for success, but you don't pray for to show you the enemies, show you the people who got envious of you, to show you the people that's jealous of you. Anytime you're getting money and somebody's on the sideline watching you get it and they're close to you, 9 out of 10 is going to create. They already had that inside of them. They already had it inside of them. Anybody that talk bad about you or disrespect you or even play with you in front of your girl, bro, 9 out of 10, that's the dude that's go backdoor you. The dude that make jokes about you in front of your girlfriend is the dude who will backdoor you. I promise you this, any nigga call you out your name, disrespect you, play with you in front of your girl who you supposed to protect and you know you serious with, and this nigga playing with you, that nigga is going to backdoor you. I promise you not. Listen to a nigga that's seen it. Same nigga that's, bitch, I'm just playing with you, nigga. I'm just playing. Why you get up? Nah, nigga, you ain't playing, nigga. You wasn't playing like that earlier. You know, now my big gamers come see me and she bad. Now you thinking you could try to, niggas be thinking everybody want them because they got something on. Nigga, come on, gang. And that go for you bras too, man. A lot of y'all motherfuckers talking about, yeah, how you doing? I'm like, move, get out the way. I ain't looking at you. Yeah, let's go.
Now, instead of being the guy who helps out rappers and protects them, he reverts to being the guy who wants to rob them. Don't come to LA. Unless your name is Dirk, Thug, or Pee Wee, you better tuck your tail. So as the streets tell it, Bricc Baby becomes the biggest chain collector in LA. Basically, he had his young Rolling 60s members doing serious homework in the streets. This included having them sit at the airport for rappers to come to town and then following their cars back to their hotel. Then they'd relay all of this information back to Bricc and he...
Cap, somebody, if you could vouch for this nigga sending 6 cell members to the airport waiting on niggas to come, man. Hey, put it in the comments if you could vouch for that.
Do with it what he pleased. So basically, without them knowing, rappers were being tracked by Bricc Baby the second they stepped foot in LA. Then he and the Rolling 60s would wait for the perfect opportunity to strike, and they'd get up on him and give me everything you got. So just like that, he went from being known as the helpful guy in the industry
to the boogeyman.
And because of this reputation, he would be featured on YG's notorious song, Don't Come to LA. Don't come to LA, Ralph's for their jewelry.
Bro, LA is so corny, bro.
But anyways, as the YG feature would help his recognition, he was still hurting financially. How I know this? Well, he was now 29 years old and still taking penitentiary chances. And that takes us to September 21st, 2017. It's an early Thursday afternoon on the west side of LA, and Bricc and 2 Rolling 60s members are masking up for a lick. In particular,
it's never been easier to start a podcast than with Riverside. First, go to riverside.fm.
They aim to hit a high-end jewelry store in the wealthy Marina del Rey. So at 1 p.m., they arrive in front of the store in a gray Range Rover SUV. Then they quickly hop out of the car and run inside the store with bags. Once they're able to secure a few expensive items, they run out of the store and hop back in the Range Rover. Bricc then quickly speeds away, not realizing that LAPD are already behind him. After bending a few blocks, he hears the sirens and knows they're in trouble. So he instantly punches the gas and busts a left down a residential road. This is when he finally realizes that it's a dead-end street. So now he has no choice but to stop the car and run inside a nearby apartment. While he barricades himself in the lobby, police completely surround the area. And from here, a 6-hour stand.
One second, man. This thing tripping.
Standoff begins. Bricc Baby in the 60s versus LAPD.
Hold on, man. It's tripping. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hold on, man. All right, man. My I don't know, something going on with my shit, man.
Chuck, LAPD says it started with a 20-minute pursuit this afternoon of a man traveling in a silver Range Rover, and it ended when he ducked into this apartment building in the 13,900 block of Pan A Way. That music video from YouTube is of local rap artist Bricc Baby, the 29-year-old now in LAPD custody after a standoff in Marina Del Rey, identified by his mother, who declined to give her name.
The already 3-time felon is facing 2 more of them things. Because of his history and the severity of the charges, he's facing up to 15 years in prison. Definitely nothing to scoff at. Of course, his family doesn't want to see him go away for a long time. And because of this, they go on the news and blame everything on his co-defendant. His mom goes on the news and says, "My son didn't rob anyone. In fact, he doesn't even own a gun." And get ready for this one. His friend is actually the one who robbed the store, and Bricc only drove him away because of adrenaline. So she evidently threw his co-defendant under the bus. And I don't know, is this snitching?
All right, so what y'all think about that, man? What do y'all think about that? I mean, because in hindsight, well, no, it ain't like Bosco. Bosco actually took the stand. You know what I'm saying? Bosco took the stand, but his mama made him go do it. So how you feel about that, man? You know, you catch a case and your mama run to the media outlets and basically, you know, save you and give up your comrade. You know what I'm saying? Do mama get a DP? What's going on? Like, do you just expect everybody to accept that? Because now he got to go do time. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine if your mama get out there, my baby don't even own a gun. It was that other dude that drink all that cough syrup. You know, and he did it. He know he did it. Turn yourself in, young man. Just imagine your mama do one of those moves right there. You see what I'm saying? He get caught up because your mama, he go down and do the time. What's supposed to happen for that? Oh, bro, it's all good. You didn't know, man. Your mama did it for you. Your mama told you that she was finna go snitch. You know what I'm saying? You should have told that nigga in the back, "Hey, look, man, my mama know what's happening, man. My mama finna go tell everybody, nigga, that I was just driving to come get you, bro." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, drop y'all opinions in the comment. What y'all think of that, gang? Let's go.
It's his mom, but yeah, it's snitching, right? Well, long story short, Bricc is let off easy again as he's sentenced to 4 years in prison. And even though this isn't that much time, with 4 felonies on his record, what is he going to do for the rest of his life? Obviously, this is a harsh reality for a guy in his 30s, but sadly, during his prison stay, things get even worse.
The music world is mourning Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle, who was killed in a shooting in Los Angeles. Hussle was shot multiple times yesterday in a parking lot outside his clothing store.
What he meant to the community, if you want to look around right now, every single...
This holiday season, give a gift that matters. Whoop is the wearable that tracks everything essential for a healthier life. Sleep, recovery, strain, stress, steps, and much more. Whoop is built to help you
single person that's out here spending their time here, they're here because he spoke to them in some way, he inspired them in some way, they related to him in some way.
He meant a lot. He meant everything to the community. You know, he was an entrepreneur. He was employing people. He loved his community. He was encouraging them and empowering them to be more, to do more with their lives. So that's why we're here today.
The city of LA, and more specifically the Rolling 60s, lost a legend. And unfortunately, Bricc Baby would learn from a prison cell.
Oh no, I'm playing poker in the day room. So I'm playing poker, and a dude from Blackstone come over from Jungles. He come over like, shitty blood, like they killed Nip. I'm like, stop playing with the set. Immediately, I'm like, stop playing, bro. I get on the phone. I'm like, hey, what they talking about with Nip? They like, yeah, he just got killed. And I'm like, huh? How did somebody come into the parking lot and kill bro? Like, he supposed to be untouchable in this parking lot. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Bricc is completely devastated and confused, and it gets even worse when he finds out who did it. His little homie Eric Holder, the one who saved his life and put in work when he was paralyzed. And once he heard the story of how it transpired, this is what hurt him the most. Basically, he was with his girlfriend and he walked up to Nipsey in front of his store. And when he goes to dap him up, Nipsey refuses to shake his hand and calls him a rat. This is a major violation in the LA street code. You do not call someone a rat without paper.
Man, it's something, man. They must got a power outage around here or something. Hold on, man.
Work, and especially not in front of their girl. So Eric, being one of the only actual steppers from the Rolling 60s, he feels completely played and wants to do something to Nipsey. So long story short, he goes to his car, grabs his blick, and walks back to the block. Then in front of an entire crowd of Rolling 60s members, he walks right up to Nipsey and lets him have it. After emptying his clip, he simply walks away as Nipsey's friends are frozen in shock. And because of how quickly and emotionally this happened, Bricc realizes that if he was there, he could have calmed down Eric and made everything okay.
I get wind that it's Cub. I'm like, oh, Cub. I'm like, man, I'm just like, man, how one of my close friends killed my other close friend while I was in jail. And so you always think like, damn, if I was on the streets, could I have stopped it? I probably could have took him and go smoke and slide, and we could have went somewhere that would never happen.
How Eric Holder was able to do this in front of all those people is beyond me, but it is California at the end of the day. And on top of this, instead of going by their own code and holding court in the streets, they decided to testify against him in court. What I've now learned doing this for a few years is that all of these LA street codes that they all say they abide by are pretty much never enforced, or at least they pick and choose who they want to enforce them on, and on top of this, they're always contradicting themselves. But either way, we move on to another rapper loss that involves the Rolling 60s, and that takes us right back to Atlanta, Georgia. As we all know, in the summer of 2020, Chicago rapper King Von would start an internet beef with Baton Rouge's NBA YoungBoy. I guess it started over a girl, but for the sake of the video, the details don't really matter. Well, because of YoungBoy's close friendship with Rolling 60s rapper Quando Rondo, he was implicated in the beef as well. So for months, Von would instigate the beef and they would go back and forth online. Then eventually, Von would take the internet beef to the streets. On the night of November 6, 2020, Quando Rondo and his friend Lil Tim would be at a lounge in Atlanta. Von, who now happened to be living in Atlanta as well, would get word of this and he would pull up to the lounge. So while Lil Tim is sitting in the Escalade and Quando Rondo is standing outside, King Von would pull up on him and start whooping his ass. As soon as Tim sees what's going on and Quando's on the ground surrounded by the Chicago goons, he lets off.
Atlanta police say 2 people are dead after an officer-involved shooting here on Trinity Avenue in downtown. As dawn turned to daylight, you could make out dozens of evidence markers. GBI crime scene investigators combing the scene.
It hurt us. It hurt us a lot. I cried. Some of my friends cried. He had a big influence on us, a really big influence.
Obviously, this was a monumental moment in rap history as one artist lost his life to another. And unfortunately, everyone in the industry and the streets started picking sides. You're either on Von and Lil Durk's side, or you're on Quando and Youngboy's side. There's no in between. Well, despite the fact that Von initiated all of this, and Quando's side arguably did nothing wrong, everyone was choosing Durk's side. This was so big that even Spotify and Apple Music are accused of taking Durk's side and blackballing Quando and Youngboy.
He literally told me, he said, Apple blackballing Quando. He said, I talked to the people at Spotify, because Quando was signed to me. He said,
this is my hack for working smart, Monday.com. Let me show you how I use Monday.com to create a tailor-made work.
They say they can't put him on so-and-so. It was either Apple or Spotify that said, we can't put him on so-and-so because the other guy don't with him and he ain't gonna with us. So basically he was saying that Durk either told Spotify or Apple that, yo, if y'all with that guy, I ain't gonna with y'all. So basically they were picking sides, right?
All the guys who always talk about the street code, the street code, the street code. Well, I guess it doesn't apply to this situation. King Von and his crew initiated the beef and Lil Tim stood up for his friend. What goes against the street code at all? But like I said, with the streets picking and choosing what's okay, because Von and Durk were the popular artists, everyone went against Quando and
Tim. The game ain't acting like they're picking favorites, not standing on how the streets normally supposed to treat that. You're supposed to treat that as, it is what it is.
Now, of course, this is all the industry, so let's go back to the real streets. And when I say real streets, I'm talking about Bricc Baby. All of this went down while Bricc Baby was in prison about a year before his release. Regardless though, upon his release, a lot of people were curious where his loyalties would lie. Are you loyal to your buddy Durk or to the Rolling 60s, specifically the set that you brought to Georgia? Now, according to the LA street codes, you're never supposed to go against your own gang, because at that point, what's the point of even being in it? When you're constantly talking about on 6-0 and on hood and riding and being loyal for the set, there's no way you can cross your own flag. However, when it comes to your millionaire friend, all of that goes out the window. Right after his prison release, Bricc Baby goes on No Jumper and lets the world know where he stands.
You know what I'm saying? Like Quando Rondo.
You're not him.
Boy, stop.
Well, that's gotta be weird for you because you with Durk so much.
It ain't weird for me.
Yeah.
It ain't weird for me at all. You know what I'm saying? You're not from Rolling 60s.
Oh, really?
You're not from LA Rolling 60s. You're not from Rolling 60s.
Oh, really?
You're not from LA Rolling 60s. You're not from Rolling 60s.
Wait. All those years of putting people on in Georgia and spreading the 60s out there, and you don't even respect them as Rolling 60s? That makes no sense. That is the dumbest reason to say that you're not rocking with Quando, because he's not from LA and he's from Georgia. That makes no sense. So to all the Rolling 60s out there that aren't in LA, see this and understand that the guys in LA do not respect you. So just understand that. And that's not to mention that the guys out of state are probably more active, because in LA, they're just squabbling and catching fades and hanging out in front of their $1 million hoods where nothing happens and they talk about how crazy it is.
All right, Swamp. Now, Swamp, so listen. Yeah, Swamp, I don't know what you be on, gang, but you go too far, man. But at the same time, that's him shooting shots at Bricc, man. That's just him shooting shots at Bricc. I would probably say, if I was to guess how accurate this information is, I would probably say about 85, 90%. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest is all miscellaneous. But at the same time, man, hey, this what comes with being famous and you know, being a top influencer. You attract enemies. And what people could do with this content is they can create their own videos and make you look however they want you to look. That's just a part of the game, man. So I'm just here, nigga, with the binoculars on, man, just watching and just, giving my commentary. That's all I'm doing, gang. Let's go.
But the point is that Bricc Baby did the unthinkable and went against his own flag for his millionaire friend, going against everything he's ever said he stood for. And that just shows you the true character of Bricc Baby, just grimy and slimy.
You really from the trenches and you showing love, cause we not gonna get on your ass. You get what I'm saying? Cause you got it like how we got it. Cause you got it like how we got it. Cause you got it like how we got it. It's these pretending ass niggas. You don't have a hood that you taking care of. You're not from the hood. 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 You're not from the hood.
In March of 2020, we went from our best year yet to this business. It might be on the verge of not being able to survive this through.
All right, so yeah, man, we're gonna leave it right there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But look, man, I want to give a big shout out to everybody that put up to the live, man. Happy holidays, man. I will be dropping content on this channel and my second channel, Nina Boy Reactions. And yeah, y'all log in, y'all stay tuned, man. If not, hit me on Instagram at NinaBoy_TV if y'all got some dope content you want me to react to. And y'all know how we thumbing, man. Bless up, man. It's the first day of Christmas season, man. Get into the season. Get on y'all grind, man, and I'll see y'all at the top. Let's go.